the capitalist colonial mindset is the exact opposite of the truth.
I'm sorry. What? You're talking about crows and trees and people's perspective. And I'm like, this is a really good video. Yes, crows are rainbow colored and we tend to perceive them as black. I've always seen the rainbow colors in them. Yeah, they still look black because of the way our eyes work. I get it. Um, the tree thing is interesting, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense that you want, if you have an area that you're using for forestation, then you want the younger trees to grow. It's a crop. It's a crop. Trees can be a crop. As a matter of fact, we live on a piece of land that had locust trees that were grown specifically as a crop for fence posts. Locust trees, they grow by suckers, rooted suckers that come up just all over the place, and they're like a huge weed. Not huge, huge, but compared to other trees, they're not huge, but they're not a bush either. Um, and they don't live very long. They grow a few years and they die. So I mean they're meant for that. That it's a great purpose for them. And to just keep propagating these trees, cut them down, use them for fence posts. Sorry. I mean, it just makes sense. And so, why would there not be other trees that aren't good for that? I mean, I'm not all for, you know, cutting down trees just for the sake of cutting down trees. I'm not. But most people who are actually making a living off of, wood, they're they're interested. You don't want it. People don't understand. I don't know how to explain it to people that when you are in business, and I don't. Do you consider everybody who's in business to be a capitalist? I just, why do we have to have these ists words all the time? I'm sick of it. Anybody can have a business, anybody. Whether it's an art business and you're doing art, you're doing graphic design, you're doing, and for some reason, people like this who want to just categorize capitalism and colonialism and put it all in a box and say, "Oh, I don't like what you have to say, so I'm going to throw you in this box with these, and this is what I'm going to call you." Okay? You would probably throw me in that box as a colonialist and a capitalist because I have a lack of melanin and I'm a business owner. But I'm Native American on both sides of my family, and I live on the land with the land. Regenerative farming and uh, caretaking of the animals and stewardship of the land. And you know, and I have a magazine that promotes that kind of lifestyle. It's a very natural, you know, I have the people who want to put people in the capitalist colonial box generally live in a city on concrete, and the most that they see of the wilderness is when they take their little nature hikes or their little glorified vacations, but they spend a majority of their time surrounded by concrete. So, if you don't, I'm happy for you. But do you like, would you like it if I turned around and I put you in a box and called you, some tree hugger, anti, I don't even know. I don't even know, because I have hard time putting people in boxes, because I believe that everybody is unique. And, history is full of good and bad. And we have a whole generation of people who are wanting to make history all about colonialism and capitalism. And that's not what it's all about. As a matter of fact, you are giving the bad stuff more power by glorifying it in that way. And then turning around and trying to put people today in that box that you have made. You made that box. Stop. It's a paper box that really doesn't have any structure. And we need to stop this. The whole rest of the video was very entertaining, very interesting, very informative. And then you go to the end of it and you are divisive, rude and divisive. And I have an issue with that. I really do. So, I mean, why? Because you want to throw a bunch of people in a box that you think, I don't I don't even know what you think. I don't do you think I just don't even know what you think. But good grief, dude. You are standing on the shoulders of people who have stepped out of boxes in order to create things and invent things to make life the way it is today. If you want it to be better, make it better without trying to knock other people down in the process or put anybody in some box. Seriously. You're using the contraption that you're using to put this out there for people. Be informative. That's great. Be educational. That's great. But as far as capitalism and colonialism, why pull that out and create a divisive thing out of that? Why not just give the history and let people decide what good and bad parts of history they want to concentrate on themselves? Because for every bad historical thing that happened, there is something pretty awesome as well. So we've got some amazing structures, architecture, furniture, and things from the past that have been made by people who were artisans, who were amazing and did amazing things. Did they make some bad decisions? Well, dadgum, yes. So did I. Have you made have all of your decisions in your life been absolutely upstanding and perfect? I mean, seriously. We just need to stop this, please.